What's up, y'all? Welcome back once again. Now, we've talked a lot about using your rifle around conventional cover, things like freestanding walls, corners, low retaining walls, things of that nature. But one thing we haven't explored is the whole range of possibilities that open up once you bring a long gun into a fight. Now, in my previous series, I talked about using a pistol around things like, say, a Walmart, a convenience store, things like that where you're going to have concealment but not cover, things that aren't ballistically rated but you can still maneuver in and out of them while keeping that pistol at the low ready compressed to your body. Now, with a rifle, you can't really do that, but one would assume that if you've had the chance to actually bring a rifle into a fight, you have either managed to flee an ongoing situation to retrieve this from your vehicle, or you happened upon a situation, managed to get this out of your vehicle, or maybe in the case of a school, maybe your nephew, niece, your son, daughter, whatever the case may be, has called you up and said, something is happening, I need help right now, the cops are lagging, so you kit up and you go into action. Now, what a rifle does is it brings, again, a whole slew of new possibilities that are in your favor to a fight. Now, one of those is going to be windows. Now, you can't really use a window effectively with a pistol, especially, now this is an old barn window, there's no glass in here, but just imagine there is. Most glass will either stop or divert a pistol round unless it's a very good pistol round and has some kind of penetrator in it, something like a Fort Scott Munitions that's solid copper and goes through most solid objects. Now, a rifle round, that's a different story. Unless it is heavy-duty industrial glass or outright bulletproof glass, a rifle will zip right through most commercial glasses that you'll find in almost any building in the world right now, especially, low-end places like commercial areas or even residential areas. Also, a rifle can be effectively used from a distance and has an extreme amount of precision compared to a pistol. So you can actually hunker down inside this window, having almost complete coverage when it comes to ballistic cover, and you can engage a threat from a distance, or you can engage a threat from outside a building shooting into a building, or vice versa. You can't do that with a handgun. You don't have the range, you don't have the penetration, you don't have the power. Now, being able to utilize a weapon effectively in a situation like that, as I often say it every time, training. Training is the name of the game when it comes to this. Now, there's a lot of places around the country you can go to shoot through, say, ballistic glass, windshields, regular old window pane glass, or if you've got a couple of buddies that have like an old abandoned house or just junker vehicles laying around, well, that's a whole other set of possibilities. You can play around as much as you want. But guys, it's very important to remember that not only do you train with this to be able to use it effectively, but know how effective this weapon can truly be in a stressful situation, in an active shooter situation, and how you can use this weapon to your favor to save life, limb, and liberty if and when the situation calls for it.